Right now on Good Morning Northwest, 3 people detained after a police situation in Richland. What we know so far.
4 Mabton City Council members sign a petition to recall Mayor Rachel Ruelas. We have the update.
And the 4th of July is coming up, and the fireworks can make your pet more prone to run away. Where you can go this weekend to get them microchipped for free.
We're seeing a beautiful sunrise for this morning. A little bit later today, it's going to be sunny and seasonal. I'll tell you what that means in terms of the high temperature. That'll be coming up right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Jill Sperling. It is Friday, June 28th. It is Friday, Jessica.
We finally made it, Jill. For a second there, I didn't think I was going to make it.
You didn't think you were going to make it?
Pass out on Wednesday or something.
Well, we have made it.
Yes.
And hopefully it's a nice weekend. I don't know what to expect.
I'm hoping so. We can ask our chief meteorologist, Josh Colberth, now if it's going to be a good weekend. But first, we want to ask you about the wildfire situation that's going on across our region.
Yeah, Josh, what are you tracking this morning?
Yes, thankfully, it's still just the Slide Ranch fire. That's the only large fire that is actively burning in our region right now. It's burning to the southwest of Yakima, so we'll take a very close and a very quick look at this. Technically, the origin point of this was 4 miles to the south of White Swan. It did grow just a little bit yesterday. Now acreage is just a hair above 3,100. Containment still stuck at 75%. Unfortunately, we do have some very tough fire weather on the way for both Yakima and Kittitas counties. I'll tell you what that's all about coming up a little bit later in the show.
Thank you, Josh. We start with developing news. 3 people are detained after a police situation in Richland.
This happened last night just after 5. Law enforcement agencies responded to the area around the Orchard Hills apartments off of Gage Boulevard. People who live in that area were told to shelter in place, and a police canine was brought to the scene.
That's when 2 people were detained, and authorities on scene confirmed they were looking for a 3rd person. The 3rd person was arrested just after 7 p.m. after officers chased the man down near New Haven Loop. What led up to the situation has not been officially released, but we'll bring you more information when it is made available.
Continuing coverage now, 4 out of 5 Mabton City Council members are leading a charge to recall Mayor Rachel Ruelas over allegations of gross incompetence.
Council members Sofia Sotelo, Mary Alvarado, Vera Zavala, and Arturo de la Fuente all signed a petition to recall the mayor and submitted it to the auditor's office Wednesday. The petition claims Ruelas violated state laws regarding giving notice on budgets and adopting a budget. We learned from council members earlier this week that the city has been operating without a budget for all of 2024.
Auditor Charles Ross says the petition won't be complete until they receive a copy of an oath that people signing the document must take, and he's been told to expect that copy at the end of the day.
I also reached out to the mayor to let that person know that we're in the receipt of a complaint which would start the recall process. However, I did tell her it was incomplete, but there's a strong likelihood it will be filed to be completed.
Coming up in our 6 o'clock hour of Good Morning Northwest, we'll take you through the recall process, also what it will take for the city council to make changes. And we'll check back in now with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth for that morning forecast. Josh, what are we seeing outside and what are we going to be seeing later?
Yeah, later today we'll have plenty of sunshine. It's going to be a seasonal day, and for right now, a beautiful sunrise. This view coming atop a Tandem Ridge in Yakima. It's 51 degrees right now in Yakima. We'll go ahead and take a look at temperatures across the region as we are in the 40s and 50s for the Yakima and Kittitas valleys. We're mainly in the 50s for the lower Columbia Basin, and we're also in the 50s for the foothills of the Blue Mountains. Here's your coat cast for today, going with the light jacket for this morning, but come time for 10, 11 o'clock, it's going to be a lot of t-shirt weather out there, as we will be warmer compared to yesterday. Remember, yesterday was a sub-seasonal day, but today is going to end up being a very seasonal day, as most of us within the viewing area are going to end up in the 80s with plenty of sunshine. We do trend a little bit warmer as we head into next week, and that spells big-time trouble when it comes to fire weather impacts, and I'll touch more on that coming up a little bit later in the show.
Thank you, Josh. The Supreme Court was supposed to finish up its work for the session this week. But in a fairly unusual step, the justices announced that they will keep working at least until Monday.
The court did announce several decisions yesterday, including the abortion case out of Idaho that the court said was inadvertently posted online yesterday.
Idaho lawmakers banned all abortions except to save the life of a pregnant woman. That state law came up against a federal law, saying that emergency room doctors are required to provide necessary care. The Supreme Court had initially agreed to take up the case, but now says that was a mistake. In realistic terms, that means that hospitals in Idaho must allow emergency abortions when a woman's health is at risk, but it doesn't make an actual permanent ruling. Another case with potentially huge nationwide impact, the Supreme Court decided not to accept a proposed settlement plan over the opioid epidemic. The deal would have had the Sackler family, blamed for fueling the crisis, pay $6 billion in exchange for not having to face any civil lawsuits moving forward. States, local governments, and victims worked out this deal to finally get money flowing to help treat the crisis. But the justices, split 5-4, ruled that there is nothing in current law that makes the agreement okay, and said that it could hurt victims in future cases. A third ruling announced Thursday morning says that people accused of fraud by the SEC have the right to a jury trial in federal court rather than their cases being handled in-house by an SEC judge. And a fourth limits the EPA's ability to regulate smog that drifts across state lines.
That was our Alyssa Warner reporting. Thank you, Alyssa. Now, the Supreme Court has been slow to release rulings this year.
We're still waiting on a decision about how cities can enforce rules about homelessness and two cases related to the violence of the U.S. Capitol on January 6th of 2021. The Grant County Health District says it is seeing an increase in chickenpox and whooping cough cases over the last several months.
The GCHD says the chickenpox virus has been high in numbers across the county. Currently, the health district is monitoring an outbreak at a child care center in Warden. Officials say people should consider getting the chickenpox vaccine if they have not had the virus and are eligible. GCHD says it has 3 cases of whooping cough in the Moses Lake area, and the concern is exposure because it is a contagious infection. That illness is treated with antibiotics.
4th of July now less than a week away, and the state allows fireworks to be sold starting this morning.
However, there are specific limits on when you can use the fireworks, so be sure to check local rules. Also, this is the time to prepare your pets.
All the loud noises tend to be stressful for our furry friends, which makes them more prone to run away. The Pitbull Pen in Richland is holding a free microchip event this weekend where you can get your pet microchipped or update your information so that when a vet or animal control officer reads the microchip, they'll know who to call. And you can also take steps to give your pet a place to feel safer at home.
Creating a safe space for them. A lot of them like to go in like a dark closet. You can set up their bed in there.
She also suggests picking up some calming treats that can help manage stress.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, the U.S. is facing a rise in COVID-19 cases across most states. Because of this, the CDC is making a recommendation for this fall.
When we return, we tell you what the CDC is saying people 6 months and older should do. That's coming up in your health headlines.
Everyone deserves the fastest, most reliable internet speeds, regardless of where they live. That's why Spectrum offers the fastest speeds in more neighborhoods than any other provider. So switch to Spectrum and get a powerful network that connects nearly 500 million devices.
Switch to Spectrum Internet for only $49.99 a month with free modem, no data caps, and no contracts. Plus, save with our 2-year price guarantee when you level up to a gig. Call 1-855-735-1336 or scan to call.
With Spectrum Internet, you can power all of your devices to enjoy streaming, video chatting, and gaming with the most reliable internet speeds. Get a powerful network that millions of customers rely on. I rely on Spectrum Internet. You should too.
Switch to Spectrum Internet for only $49.99 a month with 99.9% network reliability, no added taxes or hidden fees, and no contracts. Plus, save with our 2-year price guarantee. Call 1-855-735-1336.
Call now.
It's time. Time to let your soul breathe a little, to feel the sun on your face, and to feel alive again. It's time to dust off the clubs, to treat yourself, and test out your lungs. It's time to get away to the place that's not so far away. Lakeside Coeur d'Alene. Win a dream giveaway at cda4.fun.
The story of a kinesiotherapist who rehabbed his golf game.
I love golf. I have always played golf.
Until he started having some Mulligan-level foot pain.
Well, the golf game starts down at the feet, and if you don't have good support, you probably won't have a good golf swing.
So he got fitted for Good Feet arch supports.
It made a world of difference.
Any advice for your fellow linksmen?
2 words, the Good Feet store. How many words is that?
Swing by for your free fitting at the Good Feet store.
Dear Triathlon, let's splash through rushing rivers, take on iconic trails, and race straight to the top. What's the point of winning if you can't kick back and enjoy the view? Yours, Toyota SUVs. Toyota is the #1 retail brand for 12 years in a row. Find yours at toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
For 600 different cigars and 120 fine pipe tobaccos, it's The Educated Cigar. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado, it's The Educated Cigar. For 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes, it's The Educated Cigar. At The Educated Cigar, you can enjoy your favorite adult beverage and food from the on-site bar and restaurant while smoking and viewing the big game. Family owned and operated since 1998, open 7 days a week.
Good Morning Northwest streams all day at AppleValleyNewsNow.com and our mobile apps.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In your health headlines this morning, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says Americans should plan to get updated COVID-19 and flu shots this fall. The CDC announced yesterday that anybody 6 months or older should get one of the new COVID-19 vaccines when they become available. Officials say updated vaccines give targeted protection from a virus, also immunity from a previous shot, or the infection decreases over time. This new recommendation comes as the U.S. faces a rise in cases of COVID-19 across most states. The CDC says people who got the last COVID-19 vaccine had increased protection against hospital visits compared with people who had no shot. The Affordable Care Act requires insurers, including Medicare and Medicaid, to pay for vaccines recommended by the advisory committee at no cost to the patient. In a health alert, the Justice Department is charging almost 200 people in a massive health care fraud sweep. 76 of the defendants are doctors, nurses, and other licensed medical professionals. False claims in the schemes topped $2.7 billion. Investigators seized more than $231 million in cash, luxury vehicles, gold, and other assets.
It does not matter if you are a trafficker in a drug cartel, or a corporate executive or medical professional employed by a healthcare company. If you profit from the unlawful distribution of controlled substances, you will be held accountable.
In one particular scheme, workers allegedly gave terminally ill elderly people wound grafts they didn't need. Then they filed fraudulent Medicare claims and collected the money. In another case, medication distributors allegedly sold adulterated and misbranded drugs as HIV treatments. Other defendants are accused of establishing phony sober living homes for Native Americans. Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, summer is just beginning and we've already seen a roller coaster of weather across the country. When we come back, we look at the drastic differences throughout the nation. But first, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will get us ready for the weekend with that first alert full forecast. Keep it right here.
You're gonna need a new bumper.
Did you say burger? Guac?
Teriyaki, sauce, burger, pineapple, cheese, burger, pineapple, cheese, teriyaki.
Brace yourself, the new teriyaki burger, only at Carl's Jr.
Big burger! Good burger.
Is that your new Nissan Rogue?
Yeah, crazy story. So this morning, I'm at the Nissan Thrill of Summer sales event, taking a test drive. When Dave, the sales guy, is like, "You're gonna love this." He shows me the best-in-class fuel economy and lets me know it's recommended by Consumer Reports. When Dave says, "These cars are going fast," I knew I had to have that Rogue.
Hurry in for 4th of July savings. Nissan offers 6 vehicles starting under $30,000 or get 0% APR financing for 36 months on the Rogue Platinum.
Visit us at our new urban wine bar in historic downtown Kennewick. Choose from a variety of wines and food from our expanded menu. Enjoy time with friends old and new. After hours with riverfront views from our shaded patio, we are Murray Gaston Wine Bar.
Our 4th of July mattress event is on at Sleepmore inside More Furniture. Save on premium mattress brands like Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster. For a limited time, you'll get a free bedding bundle gift, including 2 Tempur-Pedic pillows, a sheet set, and a mattress protector, all with the latest cooling technology. And right now, you can also take advantage of our 72-month interest-free financing. Visit your local showroom or shop all July 4th specials online at morefurniture.com.
Okay, guys, we're all here because US Cellular has an incredible deal. Right now, you can get 4 lines for just $90.
Sorry, just double checking. Is it really that good of a deal?
Yeah, it's a huge deal. You also get 4 free phones of your choice.
4 free phones! Wow, I just triple checked and that's awesome.
So go get that deal. Or at least help me click. Do you check the expiration dates?
Oh, I can do that.
Great.
Get 4 free phones of your choice with no trade-in needed, plus 4 lines for $90.
Save now with Cascade Farm and Outdoors' latest mailer. Watch for it in your mailbox or pick up a copy in store. Pick up a pair of Georgia Boot Romeos, now $15 off. Spruce up the yard. All bagged soil and fertilizers are 25% off. Plus save $5 on Purina Pro Plan 30-pound and up dog food. Celebrate America and homegrown value with our latest mailer at Cascade Farm and Outdoor. Northwest. Homegrown. Honest values.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
Is that Carl's Jr.'s 2 for $6 double take deal? I get 2 charcoal, cheesy, juicy, crunchy, melty, spicy choices for $6? I need to do a double take. 2 irresistible items, $6. Only at Carl's Jr.
Big burger! Good burger.
Hello there. Watch live with Kelly and Mark.
Weekday mornings at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Right now you're taking a live look at the Columbia River. Already a beautiful morning shaping up in the Tri-Cities. We are in the 50s right now, not only in the lower Columbia Basin, but also in the foothills of the Blues. We're seeing a mixture of 40s and 50s for the Yakima and Kittitas valleys. A little bit later today, it's going to be warmer compared to yesterday. We'll have highs that'll be on par for late June, which means 80s for the Kittitas and Yakima valleys. We should be in the low to mid 80s for the lower Columbia Basin and 70s and 80s for the foothills of the Blues. Plenty of sunshine for today, light winds, and then for tonight we will have some clouds building ahead of very small shower and thunderstorm chances for tomorrow. So clouds building, overnight lows pretty comfortable. 50s for the Kittitas and Yakima valleys. Will be in the upper 50s to low 60s in the lower Columbia Basin, and it's going to be just about the same in the foothills of the Blue Mountains. So again, a little chance of some showers and thunderstorms mainly into the afternoon and evening, and mainly along our mountain ridge lines for tomorrow. We'll have some similar chances of that into Sunday and Monday. Then there's another little shower chance for the 4th of July, but this is still several days out, so we'll have time to tweak that aspect of the forecast. But something that we're noticing is that we're going to keep things pretty consistently hot next week, if not starting to trend even hotter in a Wednesday and Thursday. And so that is going to fuel a couple different first alert high impact fire days. The first one is going to be on Wednesday. This is going to be for the Blue Mountains, as those fuels will be very dry. They're going to be into the fire fuel energy is going to be up into the 75th percentile for fire season. So that's Wednesday. Here's Thursday. This is the day that I'm definitely much more concerned about, just given that it will be the 4th of July. People do have the tendency to shoot off fireworks. And so for these days in particular, we're watching Kittitas County, Yakima County, and the Blues. So for Kittitas and Yakima counties, we're going to be in the 81st percentile in terms of fire fuel energy for fire season percentiles. And then for the Blue Mountains, for the same day, the 83rd percentile. So that's a fancy way of saying this is going to be a powder keg of an environment. I would really suggest you find other ways to be patriotic. Go to a baseball game, eat a hot dog, don't shoot off big things of fire up into the sky. Okay, here's a 7-day forecast for the Cascades. Small thunderstorm chances for Saturday and Sunday. We're looking a little bit drier by Tuesday and Wednesday. Then for the Kittitas Valley, we do have that first alert high impact fire day for the 4th, given hot and dry conditions. Then for the Yakima Valley, also a first alert high impact fire day for the 4th, given some of those dry fuels we were just talking about. And then for the lower Columbia Basin, we'll hold steady near 90 degrees from Saturday through Tuesday, but again, trending a little bit hotter after that. Then for the foothills of the Blue Mountains, small thunderstorm chances for Sunday and Monday, then making a run for 90 degrees by the 4th of July. Then for the Blue Mountains, again, that first alert high impact fire day for Wednesday and Thursday due to the uptick in fire fuel energy.
Thank you, Josh. A powerful 7.2 earthquake shook parts of southern Peru early this morning. It was centered about 370 miles southeast of the capital city of Lima, and some people felt the tremor there. People say the quake was very long and strong enough to shake them from their beds. Officials say no deaths have been reported. The earthquake triggered a tsunami warning for a time, but the threat has since passed. Drought and floods, wildfires and storms. Summer is just beginning, and we've already had a wild weather roller coaster the last couple of months. Today, across the country, Amy Kiley reports there's going to be a drastic variation when it comes to our weather.
It's a day of weather contrasts in the United States. Parts of the Midwest are still recovering from floods. Now they're dealing with more rain today.
April, May, and then June especially, and it just kept adding up, and then eventually we saturated the soils, and the water is nowhere else to go, so it goes into the lakes and rivers.
Forecasters say dry days in between recent storms make today less concerning. But meanwhile, parts of the Southwest and other areas are experiencing drought. These states have heat advisories in effect, and Colorado is dealing with the Oak Ridge fire.
We have very steep, rough terrain, and access is very difficult, so we're looking for opportunities out in front of the fire.
Wildfire evacuees in New Mexico are now able to return home to Ruidoso.
I thought there might be more that we could salvage out of it, some of the interior stuff, but it doesn't look like there's much of anything.
Many there no longer have homes due to the South Fork and Salt fires.
My wife, I don't think she's not at all ready to come. She said she may never come back up here.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
In related news, New Jersey is recovering from a deadly storm yesterday. Parts of Rhode Island and Massachusetts are reeling from a tornado that crossed the state border Wednesday night. When we return on Good Morning Northwest, we're talking a lost Johnny Cash album, a comedian going on tour, and a legendary actor turns 98. That's all in your entertainment headlines. We'll be right back.
It's the Star-Spangled 4th of July sale at Furniture Row. That's 7 days where the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Plus, get 6 years, no interest financing. But hurry, the Star-Spangled 4th of July sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
It's the end of the school year graduation sale here at the Ottawa, and look at the 2016 Ford Explorer Platinum Leather Loader for only $19.95. Wow, what a deal! Or how about this 2018 Honda Civic for 61,000 miles for only $19.95? It's like new. Or check out the 2020 Cherokee Laredo E-Sport 4x4 for only $24.95. All season ready. And Chevy lovers, how about this 2020 Malibu LS for only $19.95? Super clean. And how about this 2020 Rogue SL with only 46,000 miles loaded with premium wheels? Don't let this graduation sale pass you by. Visit us at OttawaNW.com.
How do you measure the gift of time with your loved ones? How do you weigh the feeling of hope and the peace of mind not having to travel for the health care you deserve? At Good Shepherd, every decision we make is with our patients in mind. To bring you new, renowned doctors, the best technology, to offer compassion in your times of need, to serve our region, to be there for you. Thank you for trusting us with your care.
For over 50 years, Jayco has been providing the keys to freedom. Broadmoor RV is hosting the Jayco Summer Sales Escape, June 28th, 29th, and 30th. Save $13,000 on a new J-Flight. Sale price just $29.90. Save over $26,000 on a 26-foot Eagle HT, just $49,990. Save almost $60,000 on a new Red Hawk, yours for $109,990. Enjoy the RV lifestyle at Broadmoor RV Superstore in Pasco.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos, it's The Educated Cigar. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado, it's The Educated Cigar. For 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes, it's The Educated Cigar. At The Educated Cigar, you can enjoy your favorite adult beverage and food from the on-site bar and restaurant while smoking and viewing the big game. Family owned and operated since 1998, open 7 days a week.
Dear Triathlon, let's splash through rushing rivers, take on iconic trails, and race straight to the top. What's the point of winning if you can't kick back and enjoy the view? Yours, Toyota SUVs. Toyota is the #1 retail brand for 12 years in a row. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
It's the Star Spangled 4th of July sale at Denver Mattress. Right now, save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Or check out the Summit for only $299.99. Plus 6 years no interest and free shipping. But hurry, the Star Spangled 4th of July sale at Denver Mattress ends soon.
TriQ Credit Union C3 Slam. It all happens July 13th and 14th at John Dam Plaza.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It's time for some entertainment news, and today we're talking about two comedy legends, one announcing a world tour.
We're also talking about a lost Johnny Cash album. Here's David Daniel with the Hollywood Minute.
Hello out there, this is planet Earth, calling, 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 calling.
Songwriter is a collection of demos Johnny Cash recorded more than 30 years ago but never released. The video for Hello Out There was filmed at the Tennessee cabin where Cash would write and record, and features his youngest granddaughter, Grace, exploring her grandparents' personal belongings. Songwriter is out today. Ricky Gervais has announced a new comedy world tour. Mortality is set to launch later this year and run through the end of 2025. It'll be filmed for a Netflix special like his last stand-up show, Armageddon, which won a Golden Globe. Happy birthday, Mel Brooks. The National Medal of the Arts recipient and Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony winner turns 98 today. And he's still going strong, working on a sequel to his sci-fi comedy, Spaceballs. Rewatching Blazing Saddles yet again in Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Well, rock star Elton John announces he's selling his wardrobe for charity.
And that's right. The Rocket Man resale auction on eBay will help raise money for his AIDS Foundation.
Fans of his could grab a piece from his Atlanta wardrobe for as low as $26.60.
That's a steal.
Impressive. And if you are wondering why the price is so specific, well, it's a nod to the Peachtree Road address of John's previous Atlanta home.
And if you'd like to own a piece from John's collection, you'll have to hurry up and bid. The auction will only be up for 10 days.
Fans will also get a chance to buy items from David Furnish, Donatella Versace, Brandy Carlisle, Betsy Johnson, Robin Roberts, and Andy Cohen. I think I would love a piece of Elton John's wardrobe.
What would you
They're
like?
so fun. Anything that's like full of sequins, and I just think it's so great.
Yeah, I think that's a big one.
Coming up on Good Morning Northwest, a wildfire in Central Oregon that was first spotted Tuesday is nearing 4,000 acres, and we have the latest.
And the former Mesa City employee accused of misusing and stealing money appeared in a Franklin County courtroom. Our Monique Ledesma was in that courtroom and has what happened.
In today's Tech Bites, Amazon is launching what's being called a new discount store. The planned store is expected to allow low-cost products to be shipped to American customers directly from China, letting you bypass Amazon fulfillment centers here in the U.S. It's an attempt to compete with popular Chinese retailers such as Temu and Shine. Next, the Xbox app is coming to Amazon Fire devices next month. Game Pass Ultimate subscribers will be able to stream several popular games. It will be available in more than 25 countries including the U.S. Finally, Uber is paying people to give up their cars. 175 participants will receive $1,000 for alternate transportation if they ditch their cars for 5 weeks. The challenge promotes using fewer cars and alternate options like Uber, bike share, and public transit. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Andrea Fujii. Have a great day.
Why always the couch? Does he need to go to puppy school? Get his little puppy diploma? How much have I been spending on this little guy?
When your questions about life turn into questions about money, there's Erica, the virtual financial assistant to help you spend, save, and plan smarter. Only from Bank of America. What would you like the power to do?
You are bountiful. Your hair can grow 590 miles over your lifetime. It's in your nature to grow. Grow thicker, fuller hair with 1 capsule a day of Advanced Hair Complex. Nature's Bounty. It's in your nature.
We're done.
What about these?
Looks right.
He tests the table, which gives out. His drink spills in slow motion towards the white carpet.
The Quicker Picker-Upper. Bounty absorbs spills like a sponge and is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less. Bounty, the Quicker Picker-Upper.
Right now in Good Morning Northwest, a wildfire in Central Oregon that was first spotted Tuesday is nearing 4,000 acres. We have the details.
The former Mesa City employee accused of stealing money appears in a Franklin County courtroom. Monique Ledesma was in that courtroom and has the update.
A decision that could change the way we watch football games. Details on the lawsuit that could cost the NFL billions of dollars.
And this morning is already shaping up to be a beautiful one. More seasonal a little bit later today. I'll tell you just how warm we could be for this Friday, and that's going to be coming up right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Jill Sperling. It is Friday, June 28th.
We finally made it to Friday.
It's
going to be a great weekend where I just sleep and sleep and sleep, and that's what I'm going to do.
So you're not going to go outside?
Maybe if the weather's good.
Okay.
We'll have to see if the weather's good. So let's check in now with on our forecast with our chief meteorologist, Josh Colbreth.
Josh, is it going to be good going outside weather this weekend?
Well, I think I'm on board with Jessica. I think it's a good sleeping kind of weekend. But yes, it won't be oppressively hot out there, and we should see plenty of sunshine. Very small shower and thunderstorm chances. Now for this morning, taking a beautiful live look at the Columbia River. Looks like it's mostly just sunshine out there for this morning. We are in the 50s right now for the Kittitas and Yakima valleys. For the lower Columbia Basin, we're in the low to mid 50s. We're also tracking 50s for the foothills of the Blue, but a more expansive range as we're in the low 50s for Heppner, but upper 50s for Walla Walla. Here's your hour-by-hour forecast for today for the Tri-Cities. Already sunny and 75 by lunchtime, and we only get warmer after that. But again, not too oppressively hot as we'll actually have a seasonal and sunny day, but we do trend a little bit hotter into this weekend and then even hotter for next week. And I'll tell you what that means when it comes to fire weather impacts. That's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. We go now to developing news from Central Oregon, where a wildfire first spotted on Tuesday afternoon is nearing 4,000 acres.
This is in Deschutes County, which is about 30 miles south of Bend. Central Oregon Fire Management Service says around 1,200 acres burned between Wednesday night and Thursday morning, and more than 1,000 people have gotten evacuation notices.
And I was afraid it was just keep on going, because nobody controls a fire. I got stuff for night and my pills and stuff like that. Brought my toothbrush and made sure I had that.
Make sure if you're not in an evacuation zone that you are prepared to evacuate if needed. This is a good reminder to all of us in Central and Eastern Oregon that this is a reality we live with.
Hundreds of firefighters are working to get ahead of the flames, and they are getting help from the state. FEMA has approved federal funds to help cover the costs.
The former Mesa clerk treasurer accused of stealing city funds appeared in Franklin County courtroom yesterday.
Apple Valley News Now's Monique Ledesma was there in the courtroom and has the information.
Charlene Harvison appeared in Franklin County Court on Thursday accused of stealing and misusing money while she worked at the city of Mesa. The Franklin County Sheriff's Office says detectives spent 6 months on this investigation. Halverson is charged with theft, injury to public record, misappropriation, and official misconduct. Sergeant Steve Warren says it all came to light after Halverson left the city.
After she departed, and they had a change of employment, the new employee there discovered missing money. At the time, we didn't know the extent of that missing funds, but the detectives assigned were able to uncover exactly where those funds were missing from and how they disappeared from the departments.
At the hearing today, the judge agreed that Halverson could be released on bail. We will continue to bring you the latest information on this case as we get it. For now, reporting in Pasco, Monique Ledesma, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Monique. And continuing coverage now on Brian Kohberger, the suspect in the University of Idaho murders from November 2022. He was back in court yesterday, and it's looking like he won't go on trial until next June.
Kohberger's attorneys are still trying to get the case moved out of Leda County, which is where the 4 college students were found dead in an off-campus home. Kohberger, who was a criminal justice student at WSU at the time, is charged with 4 counts of murder.
Police arrested Kohberger 6 weeks after the killings. He waived his constitutional right to a speedy trial, and it's been 18 months of legal wrangling, this over when and where to hold the trial, the evidence that'll be presented, and even how the media will be allowed to cover what happens inside the courtroom. The trial was tentatively set for June 2025, and it's expected to take about 3 months.
Developing news. We're still waiting to find out if the Department of Justice will pursue criminal charges against Boeing in relation to the deadly 737 MAX crashes years ago. However, the NTSB announced Thursday it's going to sanction Boeing for sharing information about the mid-air door blowout that happened earlier this year.
Boeing is now saying that paperwork problems led to the plane being rolled out of the factory before the final bolts were installed on the door plug. Boeing officials say they're confident this won't happen again.
I am extremely confident that the actions that we took have ensured that every airplane leaving this factory is safe. I feel very confident that it will not happen again.
As for the sanctions from the NTSB, the agency says it's going to stop giving Boeing information about its investigation into the door plug blowout, and Boeing will not be able to ask questions at investigative hearings like the ones coming up in August.
We turn now to a multi-billion-dollar verdict against the NFL, a decision that could change the way that we watch football games.
Andrew Dimbert reports home and commercial subscribers to the league's Sunday Ticket could see some money coming their way.
This morning, the NFL vowing to appeal after losing an antitrust lawsuit that could cost the league billions. At the heart of the case, the NFL's Sunday Ticket program, a subscription service that allows customers to watch out-of-market games, those played in other cities, that are already shown for free on other TV networks. A jury now deciding the NFL broke antitrust laws by inflating the price of that service. The jury also deciding the league restricted competition by offering Sunday Ticket through only a single provider, DirecTV.
This is the wake-up call to the NFL that 30 years of doing it this way is enough. It's over.
The league has now been ordered to pay $4.6 billion in damages to home subscribers and $96 million to commercial subscribers like bars and restaurants. The league saying, "We are disappointed with the jury's verdict. We will certainly contest this decision as we believe that the class action claims in this case are baseless and without merit. Should appeals fail, major changes could come to Sunday Ticket, including a lower price or multiple distributors."
It's time to start making Sunday Ticket available at a cheaper price for the full package and options including single team, single weekend, single game. Whatever the consumer wants.
Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
As for what's next, a judge could still decide the jury reached an improper verdict, and the damages could also be lowered.
And coming up on Good Morning Northwest, the second annual Tri-City STEM Career Academy took place, which helps high school students explore STEM career options.
Our Riley Fitzgerald has what the students worked on each day and will join us to give us the inside scoop. We'll be right back.
You know, there's no such thing as a minor fender bender when you're on a motorcycle.
When motorcyclists get in an accident, they get hurt. So if someone else's carelessness has caused your luck to run out, get some legal help. Find out what your rights are under the law.
Celebrate Independence Day the Tri-Cities way. The River of Fire Festival is back Thursday, July 4th. It's a blast with something for everyone. Free admission and free parking. Kids Zone, Food Truck Alley, plus live music on 2 stages. Park entrance closes at 9 p.m. and the legendary River of Fire fireworks show starts at 10. The River of Fire, presented by Giza Credit Union and these sponsors. The annual River of Fire 2024, Thursday, July 4th.
It's 1,000 miles from here, but our open southern border is costing us billions and bringing deadly drugs into our communities. The rich are doing just fine, but working families are struggling. I'm Tiffany Smiley, and I approve this message because even though the political establishment told me to wait my turn, I'm running for Congress now to secure the border and lower the cost of living because Washington families can't afford to wait any longer.
Here comes the sun. Get moving with a new car from Overturf Kia. The new 2024 Kia Niro gives you 3 great ways to save fuel. Available with a fuel-efficient gas-electric hybrid, a plug-in hybrid, or as a full electric vehicle. A new 2024 Kia Niro LX gas-electric hybrid starts at just $28,980. Plus, get 4.99% interest for up to 60 months. Overturf Kia at the base of the Blue Bridge in Kennewick.
You don't have to wait to save at More Furniture. Our 4th of July sale is on now. You're invited to beat the crowds for summer savings and incredible values for every room in your home. Get ready for summer entertaining, family gatherings, and much more, all at our lowest prices. At More Furniture, value meets style every day. And with additional sale pricing store-wide, our prices are unbeatable. Visit your local showroom or preview all 4th of July sales specials online at morefurniture.com.
Swing into Fred's Appliance today for our 4th of July celebration and discover unbeatable deals on the largest selection of in-stock get-it-today inventory in our region. Make cleanup a breeze with a brand new Bosch dishwasher. Available in 3 colors, each for just $6.99. These Bosch dishwashers offer quiet operation, advanced water efficiency, and a variety of cycle options to clean your dishes every time perfectly. We sell appliances. Only appliances.
Congratulations if you finished something this spring, like high school, college, graduate school. Maybe you finished your working career. Maybe you finished a project and you have a new toy. Make it a good summer and be careful.
Call 735-0546. They're waiting to help you.
Tri-Q Credit Union C3 Slam. It all happens July 13th and 14th at John Dan Plaza.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In local education news, high school students are exploring STEM career options this week. That with the Tri-Cities STEM Career Academy.
Riley Fitzgerald joins us live in studio now. So Riley, this is the 2nd annual event and the 2nd time that you've covered it. What's changed?
Well, good morning, you two. Yes, this is the 2nd annual event, and this year it's expanded from 3 days to 5 days. There are a few more students involved this year as well, around 20 in total. And I'm told there was space for around 25 students this year with plans to keep growing the program. Earlier this week, students built hydro turbines at the UA Local 598, then visited the WSU Prosser Extension to build and fly drones. Thursday morning, students built hydrogen cars and then spent the afternoon building and racing solar cars. The students are learning about careers in agriculture, science, and energy.
I hope they're inquisitive, and I hope they think, what are the things I can do in the future based on my interests and the things that I enjoy around STEM and science and technology.
In some of the classes that I'll be going into, like I'm taking chemistry next year, so this is chemistry, or some classes that I've had in the past are very similar to this, but this is something a little bit different than what I've done before, a little faster.
The STEM Academy is partnering up with the UA Local 598 along with a lot of other sponsors. Students got to tour the facility and hear from a number of apprentices to hear about what they do. Benton PUD and the Washington Grain Commission are the anchor sponsors of the event, and they're always looking for more partners to expand the program. Jill and Jessica, I'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Riley. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, the iconic puffy spacewalk outfits astronauts use is more than 40 years old, and NASA wants a new suit design, but it appears they've hit a snag.
We tell you what happened when we come back, but first, our chief meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have your weather forecast. Keep it here. Don't go anywhere, unless you have to go to work.
Stacy Lee, she's on your side. Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather.
During our Patriot sale, you'll get amazing values.
Like a Sealy Queen mattress for $3.99.
Come to Mattress Depot USA.
Before our Patriot sale ends.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Audiologist Jennifer Wright is now caring for patients of all ages at Prosser Ear, Nose, and Throat Center. Her services include audiological evaluations, hearing aid fittings, pediatric testing, cochlear implants, and more. The effects of hearing loss can often be minimized with the correct diagnoses and proper treatment. To schedule an appointment with audiologist Jennifer Wright, call Prosser Ear, Nose, and Throat Center at 509-786-5599 today. This is how we care.
People don't really realize how much of an impact the feet have on the rest of the body. A lot of times people with knee pain, there's really nothing going on with their knee. The issue is actually stemming from the foot. So now we're predisposed to hip pain, low back pain. What I really like about the Good Feet system is that when the foot's placed in the ideal position, everything else up the kinetic chain works better. You have better balance, more energy, you're gonna feel better, and you're not gonna have to spend so much time worrying and thinking about your pain.
See what we can do for you with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Save now with Cascade Farm and Outdoors' latest mailer. Watch for it in your mailbox or pick up a copy in store. Pick up a pair of Georgia Boot Romeos, now $15 off. Spruce up the yard. All bagged soil and fertilizers are 25% off. Plus save $5 on Purina Pro Plan 30-pound and up dog food. Celebrate America and homegrown value with our latest mailer at Cascade Farm and Outdoor. Northwest. Homegrown. Honest values.
Dear Triathlon, let's splash through rushing rivers, take on iconic trails, and race straight to the top. What's the point of winning if you can't kick back and enjoy the view? Yours, Toyota SUVs. Toyota is the #1 retail brand for 12 years in a row. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
At Mattress Depot USA, we realize your top priority is to get a quality mattress at a great price.
And it never hurts to do business with someone local.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Fly over the Yakima River from Benton City to the Columbia.
Well, I think it's great having this in our backyard. It's nice having things that are kind of a bit closer to home and easier to get to.
It's the Tapteel Greenway on Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
When you cry, it's for a good reason.
Yeah, or commercials. Sometimes commercials make me cry.
All right, I wasn't going to bring that up, but okay.
Next live, Sophia Vergara. Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good. Beautiful look at Yakima as the sun is coming up, and it is a little brisk out there as we do have 50s for both the Kittitas and the Yakima valleys. We're seeing a big spread of 50s in the lower Columbia Basin, low to upper 50s. We're really seeing the same range in the foothills of the Blue Mountains. A little bit later today, it is going to be seasonal. It's going to be sunny. We should have temperatures in the 80s for the Kittitas and Yakima valleys, should be in the low to mid 80s for the lower Columbia Basin, and then 70s and 80s for the foothills of the Blues. And then for tonight, clouds will start to pick up ahead of a storm system that could bring us some very small shower and thunderstorm chances for tomorrow. More on that in a second, but yes, we will have some clouds building, and overnight lows should be pretty comfortable out there, a little bit milder compared to what we have for this morning. 50s for the Kittitas and Yakima valleys will be right around 60 degrees for the lower Columbia Basin, and then we'll be in the mid 50s to low 60s for the foothills of the Blue Mountains. So for tomorrow, mainly into the afternoon and evening, we could see a few showers of thunderstorms popping up, predominantly around the ridge lines of both the Cascades and the Blue Mountains. We'll have a similar setup into Sunday and Monday too, but looking a lot drier for Tuesday and Wednesday. And there is this little shower chance that's popping up for the 4th of July. It's a little too early to say anything definitive about that. Now on to temperatures. As for today will be pretty seasonal, if not a couple degrees below average, but things turning a little bit more steady for Saturday through Tuesday, but maybe an uptick in temperatures for Wednesday and Thursday, and that could spell big time trouble when it comes to fire impacts. We're actually going with a couple different first alert high impact fire days, one for Wednesday, one for Thursday, which is the 4th of July. So for Wednesday, the main problem area is going to be the Blue Mountains, as it will be warm, the fuels will be dry. Fire fuel energy is probably going to be up into the 75th percentile for fire season. I'm much more concerned about the 4th of July, though, because the area is much more expansive. We're talking Kittitas County, Yakima County, and for the Blue Mountains this time. And the fire fuel energy is going to be, well, it's going to be more energized this time, as we'll be into the 81st percentile for Kittitas and Yakima counties. We'll be into the 83rd percentile for the Blue Mountains. So that is just a very fancy way of saying it could be a powder keg of an environment for the 4th of July. So leave the fireworks to the professionals, please. I'm begging you. Okay, here's the 7-day forecast for the Cascades. Well, small thunderstorm chances for Saturday and Sunday, and then we're looking to be drier by Tuesday and Wednesday. For the Kittitas Valley, that first alert high impact fire day for the 4th, given the hot and dry conditions. And of course, we'll also have a first alert high impact fire day for the 4th for the Yakima Valley, given some of those dry fuels we were just talking about. For the lower Columbia Basin, we'll hold steady near 90 degrees from Saturday through Tuesday, but trending maybe a little bit hotter after that. For the foothills of the Blues, we'll have small thunderstorm chances for Sunday and Monday, making a run for 90 degrees by the 4th of July. And then for the Blue Mountains, we also have a first alert high impact fire day for both Wednesday and Thursday due to the uptick in fire fuel energy.
Thank you, Josh. We go now to your business headlines this morning. A small step for space fashion isn't going to happen as planned.
NASA says it's canceling its $100 million contract with Collins Aerospace for new spacewalk suits. NASA says it wants a new suit design by 2026, but says both parties acknowledge Collins can't deliver that quickly. The design for the iconic puffy spacewalk outfits astronauts use now is more than 40 years old.
Yeah, the marshmallow look is kind of getting a little old.
Time to update.
Yeah, and staying in the topic of suit designs, Speedo is unveiling its U.S. Federation suit ahead of the Summer Games. The company says its Fast Skin 2.0 design is the official choice for its global team roster.
Speedo says the launch celebrates the Olympic trials in Indianapolis. This year's Speedo athletes are Regan Smith, Caleb Dressel, Ryan Murphy, Kieran Smith, and Abby Weitzel. When we return on Good Morning Northwest, a Washington State Patrol trooper was called to a Yakima rest stop for something he thought only existed in the Pokemon realm.
We tell you what this creature is and where they think it came from. That's when we come back.
If there's one thing we like, it's choices. Find yours with Ford F-150. Gas, hybrid, or all-electric.
Just announced. Low 1.9% APR financing for 72 months on a 2023 Ford F-150 or F-150 Lightning.
Okay, ideas. Where are we going?
I got one.
What about a comedy show?
I've seen you. I've swiped on you. No.
Ooh, I got an idea.
I feel hungry.
Let's go.
Whatever your vibe. Tacos.
Definitely tacos.
Find it in the all-new, all-hybrid Camry. Toyota. Let's go places.
Hi, I'm David Smith.
And I'm Tori Smith, local owners of Mattress Depot USA.
We both grew up in the Seattle area.
But unlike our large competitors, we still live in this community.
We do business with local manufacturers from right here in the Pacific Northwest.
Hey, we realize that your top priority is to get a quality mattress at the best possible price. And that's what we do.
And it never hurts to do business with someone local.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
For 600 different cigars and 120 fine pipe tobaccos, it's The Educated Cigar. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado, it's The Educated Cigar. For 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes, it's The Educated Cigar. At The Educated Cigar, you can enjoy your favorite adult beverage and food from the on-site bar and restaurant while smoking and viewing the big game. Family owned and operated since 1998, open 7 days a week.
A lot is changing in our community right now. New roads, new schools, and new opportunities. We're growing, and that means there are more cars on our streets than ever before. That's why we're expanding our facilities and services. So no matter what roads lie ahead, you'll always find your way home.
Find your way home in a new 2024 Chevy Silverado with financing as low as 1.9% from McCurley Chevrolet.
Welcome to Beaver Valley Lodge, your rustic lodging and event venue in the beautiful Leavenworth, Washington. Experience the great outdoors and enjoy the beauty of the mountains as you stay with us on our 50 acres in the Cascade Foothills. Whether you're joining us for a wedding, retreat, vacation, or family reunion, we're here to make your stay unforgettable. We make it our goal for you to come as a guest, but leave as a friend. Book your stay today at beavervalleylodge.com.
If there's one thing we like, it's choices. Find yours with Ford F-150. Gas, hybrid, or all electric.
Just announced. Low 1.9% APR financing for 72 months on a 2023 Ford F-150 or F-150 Lightning.
Stacy Lee, she's on your side. Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's get close to home. Take a look at those hyper-local temperatures as we're in the mid-40s right now in the Cascades. We're looking at low to mid-50s for the Kittitas Valley, pretty close to 60 there in Vantage. And then down in the Yakima Valley, most of us falling between 49 to 53 degrees. So that's kind of the range. Probably light jacket stuff as you're headed out the front door there this morning. And then a little bit warmer for the lower Columbia Basin as some of us are trying to flirt with 60 degrees, mainly including the Hanford site, more on the order of low to mid 50s for the Tri-Cities. And then for the foothills of the Blues, we're tracking 50s, although up in some of the higher terrain of Umatilla and Morrow counties, we're seeing temperatures in the mid to upper 40s.
Thank you, Josh. Check this out now. So it's a kinkajou with an attitude. A Washington State Patrol trooper was called to a Yakima rest stop last weekend for something he thought only existed in the Pokemon world.
And anyone who has seen the movie Vivo is going to love this up-close encounter. But unlike the movie, this kinkajou isn't going to be the best pet. Drew Mickelson has the story.
Early Sunday morning, Trooper Nick Daly got a call he'd never had before.
When I saw that, my mind kind of got lost in thought because I didn't really know what to do or what to handle just because never heard of it.
An unknown animal was running around a Yakima rest stop. The trooper was then told it was a member of the raccoon family, an exotic pet known as a kinkajou.
I thought that update was made. I thought it was a joke because my thought was it was some sort of Pokemon. I'm not a very big Pokemon knowledge person, but that's where my mind went to.
With the help of some Department of Transportation workers and a cardboard box, they got it in the back seat of another trooper's car. The Department of Fish and Wildlife ended up capturing it and taking it to the Point Defiance Zoo and Aquarium, where it's now under quarantine.
Poor thin little guy. He really is thin.
After a full exam, head veterinarian Dr. Karen Wolf says it's a young male, overall healthy, but underweight. And before it was sedated, very aggressive.
He does not like people. He has an attitude. He has very sharp teeth. The teeth that he has that are intact, he would make a terrible pet.
Trying to prevent it from running off, either getting lost, ran over, or becoming prey, because earlier there was a big crow that was circling around when it saw it. So I figured it was small enough to be prey.
Trooper Daly and investigators don't know where the kinkajou came from, if it escaped from a car or someone tried dumping it off. The trooper just hopes he helped out.
You know, later that day I was thinking, man, I only thought the zebras would be the wildest animal we saw here in Washington.
Oh, he's kind of a cute little guy.
He is cute. So many wild animals going on in Washington lately.
I know.
Well, the kinkajou will remain under quarantine for a few more weeks while they await blood test results, so he won't be on display for the public.
And a search is underway for another zoo or sanctuary where he can live out his life with other kinkajous, and hopefully he won't have too much of an attitude problem with them.
Yeah, hopefully not. And I think he thought it was Pokemon because kinkajou